Hello, Superset Maniacs, and welcome back to my channel. Actually, this is Mark's Max Muscle. But today's video is brought to you by Superset Man. If you haven't looked at his channel, well, you probably should. I mean, he is the fastest growing YouTube channel out there, guys. Neck Strength and Power mentioned him. He was showing some of his vacuum poses. But anyway, that's not the video I'm talking about today. Look at this video here. Mass Monster Arnold. What he did was took all of the poses, the 8 mandatory shots of Arnold, and he added mass, as you can see from the front double bi. He added mass in the legs, arms, lats, everywhere. And he challenged me, did Superset Man, to find the perfect opponent. Now, I seen a couple of videos that he did, and I have to say, Arnold didn't really compare well with the 2003 Ronnie Coleman. His conditioning, unbelievable. And size, things of that nature. So I searched up and down, and I found this guy here for a perfect opponent for Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mass Monster version. This is Charles Clairmonte. He was a bodybuilder, late 80s, early 90s, early to mid 90s. The guy was unbelievable as far as his physique, his aesthetics, unreal. He matched Arnold Schwarzenegger as far as that's concerned, even in the bicep peaks, believe it or not. But of course, he had the 90s mass as well, so kind of unfair to compare Arnold with him, but now it's not. Arnold has the extra mass, and I have to say Arnold might even be a little bit bigger here. But you have to think about it, guys. Arnold was a mass monster for his time. Charles Clairmonte was not really, so if you put them in the same decade, you would have to think that Arnold would be much bigger. And he is here in this comparison. So a 90s Arnold would have been just unbelievable to see, to tell you the truth. Here's the front lat spread. And this one here, hard to really put any more mass on Arnold, his structure, his width. And he is wider than Charles Clairmonte, at least in this comparison. You can see the wheels again. Arnold has an edge. Of course, if you were going to do the 70s Arnold, which I'm not going to show any of those pictures, if you want to see, like I said, the before and afters, watch Superset Man's video. It's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool what he did with all these pictures. Anyway, guys, I think Arnold has this one. Charles Clairmonte looks outstanding, and he does look like a jacked Arnold, but I think maybe just a little bit more mass in the wheels does Charles, if you compare it with the original Arnold. But this Arnold here, bigger, altogether bigger. Turn to the side for the side shots, and you'll notice I made Arnold's head much smaller in this comparison. I made it far back because it is. Charles Clairmonte, he's kind of putting his face forward, and his delt, which makes his arm look a whole lot better in this comparison. Believe that one or not. And Arnold, of course, the way he is displayed, this is kind of like Max Charles does it. He bows that chest out, and it just looks unbelievable. Look at his far pec. And this time, Arnold usually a little slight in the lag development, but this time might even be winning in that edge. Whose legs are these? Whose glutes? Little too smooth for Charles Clairmonte in this comparison, which is kind of unfair. But anyway, this is a mass monster Arnold, guys. Turn to the side tricep, and Arnold looks unbelievable here. Little extra mass added to the arms, the delts. Charles Clairmonte, he looks a little small compared to this mass monster Arnold. And this was a difficult one to get pictures of Charles hitting this shot. There was plenty of him, just the upper bodies. But I wanted to, use the whole body of these Arnold pictures. After all, Superset Man did all the work to put them all together. So you might as well make use of them. And this pose here, Arnold is flattening Charles Clairmonte. Their physique, very similar, but Arnold with that added mass. Like I said, guys, go to the first of the two back shots. And the rear lat spread, this is a photo shoot of Arnold, I do believe. This is not a contest rear lat spread. But of course, it's all superimposed anyway. Glutes, Big wheels. Big wheels keep on turning. Now, Charles Clairmonte, I heard in his day they told them not to flex their glutes. And is it just me, or does it look like he has a big old badonk-a-donk, like bay-donk-o-donk? It looks like he's flexing his hamstrings, but leaving his glutes not flexed. You could imagine if he flexed them. There's even some scenes where Ronnie Coleman, he's about to flex his glutes and he lets them soft for a second. Looks just like this. It looks like a normal man's buttocks. Because when the only reason I'm making this excuse is because when you look at the hamstrings, he is peeled. I cannot see a world where you would have hamstrings like that, but a soft glutes, unless you're not flexing the glutes, which is the case here, in my opinion. Now, back for back, hard to say, really. Let's have a rear double by, and this is a better shot, I think, for Arnold and Charles. This is a pretty level playing field, and talk about level playing field, have a look at the left arm of each of these guys. It's the identical, the right arm's identical too, but the left arm for each guy, the biceps are mirror images. And that just goes to show you how good this Charles Clairmonte was in the 1990s. But is he beating a mass monster Arnold? I don't know. Arnold's back here with that added thickness and the lower lat insertions. Watch the video, guys. Superset Man's, he shows all the improvements that he did. Let's finish this one off, or second to last pose here in the abs and thigh. And I used a photo shoot for Charles. I think when there was photo shoots of Arnold, he was competing here, but I think it was a photo. They did a lot of photo shoots during the competitions, or after, before, whatever. Whole new set of wheels here for Arnold. Who's this, Tom Platz? Well, I don't think it is Tom Platz, but with this improvement, he is defeating Charles Clairmonte in the wheels. But a pose like this, you got to consider Charles a winner because of his ab development. Look at that, guys. I always talk about, oh gosh, Lee Priest, Sean Ray, Chris Cormier. The list continues. In the abs and thigh, best of all time. But this guy here, Charles Clairmonte, and he does have a stupendous double arm overhead, but this one a more fair comparison. He has one of the best abs and thigh bodybuilding history, bar none. So, but Arnold's V-taper is better here, but still, guys, gotta consider Charles. Finish this one off for real. And once again, guys, before I wrap this up, thank you very much. Superset Man, you challenged me to pick an opponent for the Mass Monster Arnold. How did I do? Is this a good one? I think with Arnold's physique, it matched up more with a guy like this than a guy like, say, a Ronnie Coleman or even a Jay Cutler, a little bit shorter and more stocky, a stockier build. Harder to judge. Arnold with this crab position looks unbelievable. And not only that, he looks unbeatable as well. Here is your winner, the Mass Monster Arnold Schwarzenegger, with all the improvements of all the training, all the, the extracurricular supplements that they take now. Or in the 90s. Looks like he's a late 90s bodybuilder here. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you very much, Superset Man. Guys, go check his channel out, at least to see if my impression was spot on. And I only do the impressions of the great ones, by the way. So if you're getting your impression done, I hope you at least take it as a compliment. Greg Doucette does, I'm pretty sure. Mark, let me ask you. Anyway, guys, hit thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channels. Mine and Superset Man's. Have a great day.